As long as mankind has existed, people have thrown away stuff. As more and more of us populated the planet, we threw away more stuff. Today, humans generate vast rivers and huge mountains of garbage. Through the years, we've found ways to draw valuable resources from what we throw away. Resources we can use again and again. It's called recycling. As one of America's largest family-owned waste and recycling companies, every year Rumpke recycles more than 1.3 billion pounds of glass, paper, plastic, aluminum, and steel from throughout much of Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, and West Virginia.
My family has been involved in the waste and recycling business for almost 100 years. Today, the third and fourth generations are involved in the company, along with more than 100 family members and more than 4,000 employees.
By watching my dad and experiencing the business as a young boy, I saw how much he enjoyed it. I always knew this was a business that I wanted to be part of, a business that I wanted to grow.
Rumpke's history dates back to the Great Depression in the early 1930s. Founder William F. Rumpke had a coal delivery service. Customers bartered with whatever they had, including chickens and pigs.
This farm right here where we're standing, there was an 80-acre tract where we start dumping here in the beginning. We bought all the existing land around it. Now we got about 1,100 acres here in all. Started out, maybe we had 1,500 hogs. It grew to 2,000 hogs at one given time.
To keep the hogs fed, William hired his nephews to collect garbage from area restaurants. In the 1940s, salvaged metal scrap, rubber, and other materials helped fuel the war effort. Trucks dumped waste into a pit at the Rumpke farm, where it was loaded onto a conveyor belt, and workers sorted out mainly glass and rags, and then sold the materials for about $40 per ton. Food scraps were fed to the hogs and other livestock. In the 1950s, a new law required food waste to be cooked before it could be fed to livestock. That law changed the course of the Rumpke family business. With his youngest brother Bernard as his partner, William decided to sell his livestock and focus on collecting and disposing trash, taking it to the landfill in Coleraine Township, Ohio, near Cincinnati.
Rumpke operates several landfills in multiple states. Our largest landfill is in Coleraine Township, just outside of Cincinnati. It is called the Rumpke Sanitary Landfill. This landfill is permitted to receive up to 12,500 tons of daily waste. It serves a 60-mile radius around Greater Cincinnati. There is only so much waste you can compact into each area at a landfill. With that in mind, we must do everything we can to recycle as much waste as possible or find other uses for it. It is only through waste reduction, recycling, and continued innovation that we can maximize the life of our landfills for those items that cannot be reused or recycled.
In 1986, the Rumpke Sanitary Landfill became one of the first landfills to recover methane and other natural gases generated underground by the decomposition of organic materials.
Today, Rumpke landfills generate enough energy for more than 70,000 homes and businesses. This is one of our landfill gas-to-energy facilities. This plant strips carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and oxygen from the methane to create pure natural gas. One of the very first customers to receive natural gas from our landfill in Cincinnati is our truck fleet. Natural gas is compressed and fuels hundreds of garbage trucks, removing diesel trucks from the road and replacing them with cleaner, compressed natural gas trucks with lower emissions.
Rumpke began offering curbside recycling in 1989, and today, the firm operates two of North America's largest material recovery facilities, or MRFs as they are called. One is located just outside Cincinnati, and the other is located in Columbus, Ohio.
For every ton of trash that Rumpke produces creates one job. For every recyclable ton that we create, it creates 8 to 12 jobs. Now that's a great story for recycling. Also, 80% of the material that we process stays right here within the state of Ohio and creates more jobs in the circular economy.
Today, recycling begins with you at your home or business. Items we accept for recycling include plastic bottles, jugs, tubs, and in some areas, clamshell containers, plastic and paper cups, cartons with caps and straws removed, glass bottles and jars of any color, aluminum, steel, and tin cans and paper, including cardboard, newspaper, office paper, junk mail, magazines, and pizza boxes.
In the early days, we separated everything at the curb. So all the plastics and 2-liter bottles went into one section of the truck, all the glass by color went into different sections, and then paper went into even another section of the truck.
The trash goes in one container, recyclables in another. You leave both containers at the curb for Rumpke to collect, and your job is done.
The recycling, it feel like I'm doing something to preserve something, giving back instead of throwing it all away.
For Rumpke, the process is just beginning. Think of recycling as wading into a never-ending river of recyclables and dividing various materials into separate streams. The idea is to separate each material so it can be compressed into bales and sold.
In a modern-day material recovery facility, I kind of think of it as peeling an onion. You have this big conglomeration of material. And as you pull different layers back, you're left with very clean and recyclable material. But you can only recycle it once it's been sorted. So here, we're sorting those materials by type before they're able to go to an end user.
More than 60 tons of recyclable materials are processed at the MRF every hour. From here, it's sorted into separate streams by a combination of people and technology, using a complex system of chutes and conveyors. The tipping floor is where processing begins. After the trucks visit neighborhoods and businesses to collect recyclables, they bring the material here. The trucks empty the recyclables onto the floor, where big wheeled loaders push the material into a pile and work to load meter bins. When the bins are dumped, the machines spread material out so that it's easier to see. Then, trommels, or large spinning tubes with different sized holes in them, separate the items according to size. Items then pass through a pre-sort area where any non-recyclable materials are removed. Depending on the material recovery facility, disc screeners or ballistic separators separate paper products and cardboard items from the other materials. These machines lift the fiber elements up while the plastic and metal items drop down to the bottom for further processing. Then, a series of optical sorters enhanced with artificial intelligence identify and sort recyclables further by size, shape, and in some instances, even color. A magnet separates the steel cans while aluminum cans are sorted using an eddy current. As recyclables approach a rotating drum, an alternating magnetic field creates an eddy current, which causes metals like aluminum and copper to fly away from the drum and into their own separate collection bin. Once the recyclables have been separated, they are pressed into bales that can weigh anywhere from 800 to 2,000 pounds each. Bales are loaded onto trucks or rail cars and shipped to factories to make something new. Glass makes up 55 to 20% of what Rumpke collects from its residential customers.
Glass is a hard thing to recycle. It's heavy, it really is abrasive, and there was a real challenge in how to recycle this type of material. Glass naturally breaks when it gets collected in our vehicles, and it breaks when it runs through our material recovery facilities. So it was important to Rumpke that we had a long-term, economically viable solution that we could offer to our customers. It's really important that when we make a decision to recycle any given product, that we have a long-term, viable home for that material.
At Rumpke's glass processing facility, glass is ground into particles the size of a grain of sand and used to manufacture fiberglass insulation. Optical scanners are also used to sort larger pieces of glass according to color, whether it's clear or amber, to be made into new bottles. Either way, glass can be recycled over and over again. So that's how recycling happens at Rumpke. From the company's earliest days back in the 1930s, Rumpke has always looked for ways to find value in all the stuff you throw away, as well as ways to manage and control the river of garbage to put less of it in the ground and more of it to good use.
As the world is evolving and technology improves, we're going to be able to recycle additional waste streams to reduce the volume going to our landfill and to get benefit out of the materials we're recycling.
There's more to our day than just what we can take. We have to think about what we can give back, whether it's through recycling or thinking about the amount of water or energy we use, because all of those efforts work together to make the world a better place for our future.
It's our responsibility, and it's always been our mission to provide the best-in-class service and innovation to our customers.
Yes, I like to think I'm playing a part of that.
Recycling is in some ways still a frontier, but it's becoming more and more a part of our culture and everyday lives. It's about all of us doing our part. In the end, the story of Rumpke is about a family with a true sense of purpose and a deep feeling of responsibility to preserve the planet for the future. At the same time, it's a story of the pride the Rumpke family and their extended family of more than 4,000 some employees take in the services they perform and the work they do every day, all year long, in every kind of weather imaginable, as long as we have stuff to throw away.